Bezos has said he's now going to connect computers and the human brain. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, with all my flaws, I love my humanity.
All in a day's work. So what I do, this is one day. It's only a portion of the conversations I had in one day out there. It's probably a quarter of the conversations. Some of them you already seen. If I get into a conversation that's really long, I'll make that one clip. This is a compilation of all the other conversations I had. And others that you miss, well, they're technical reasons or whatever, that didn't make the cut. Hope you enjoy them. Because I love these. I enjoy these compilation clips like this, even though they're hell to put together. But I think they show a lot of the humanity and the people I speak to out there. You guys. I love you guys. So, show a little love back. You know how to do it. You got all the appropriate buttons, and then if you can contribute. Thank you. And then pray for me. And I'll pray for you. One way or the other, we're going to get through this. I'll see you on the other side.
Well, you should. Yep. I guess. What do you do up there now? We have a winery. Really? Yeah. Tell me. You got a card? Yeah. Well, I'm probably all back there. Wooden wheel finger. Yep. All right, I got you. I got you on my okay. This get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that Iowa thing was. But it's the perfect commercial. I mean, everything these people do, right? And now Pelosi wants Trump to take down the tweet that he made of her ripping up the speech. So, take that down. Well, you're the one that did it, you moron.
Well, yeah, and it's on the national news. How would you take it down?
You're a picture of the two of you with Donald. Come on. Didn't look like that one, though.
Drive-by conversations,
yeah, like, oh, fuck you or whatever.
Yeah, and then they, I go, is that it? Is that all you got? And he says, I'm right here, pal. You want to talk? Let's go. And they don't. They ain't nothing to say. All right. You all go to Michigan? Where are you going to school?
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. Oh, yeah.
No, we don't go to Michigan. If we went to Michigan, we'd be lit.
Here we go. This is good.
You want Hillary in there too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, put her in there. Freaking in me.
It needs to be Nancy Pelosi now.
There you go.
I know. I keep on saying that. People tell me how to put Pelosi in there,
Dumbass.
God, amazing. She was on the headline I saw today. She wants Trump to take his tweet down about her tearing up the speech. Well, says, well, you dumbass, you're the one that did it. It's amazing.
Because he didn't shake her hand.
Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton for you. Good for any crime in the world. Oh, of course you can. Yeah, here you go. Yes, of course you can. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Check out my website on the back. I got a YouTube channel. You guys are obviously going to be on it.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh man, appreciate you guys. So how? I mean, the Mississippi State kind of conservative.
Yeah.
Good area.
Good.
It's the heart of Mississippi.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's really conservative.
Yeah, because everybody's guys always say, "Oh, the kids today." I said, "Man, you got to be out on the street here and talk to some of the people kids I'm speaking to." I mean, what do you do for work?
T-shirt business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do screen printing and everything like that.
You got a card?
They have one on me. We just did one for some liberal guy to come in there. It's Trump on fire. He's the devil body, and he's got his face on it. He's on fire. He's going around to all these like conventions and stuff. I'm like, dude, it's not. You better get out the South. It's not going to sell here. I'm trying to tell you about that guy.
Well, they come here to this liberal cesspool that it sells.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance. They don't.
Oh, God.
They don't stand a chance.
Collectively, they don't have the IQ of room temperature. Come on, man. There ain't no way they're going to beat this guy.
They're going to try. The media tries to pump them up, but there's nothing to pump up.
But no one's listening to the media anymore. But the idiots.
Yeah, I mean, this. How does a president out of this thing, who's innocent, we know that. How does a president out of this thing have better rating when he comes out of an impeachment? Because all they did, they could have done everything they did in 24 hours in 5 minutes. They just repeated themselves. I don't think they want to witness it deep down. I just thought they think they did this ploy and the American people would see it and it would drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they don't stand a chance.
And who? I mean, and this whistleblower.
Who
is he? The whole thing started with him, and where is he now? What happened to him?
Trump gets a tweet. He's like, I heard about the second whistleblower. We don't even know what the first is, and then we got a second one?
Yeah.
Why don't they show their face? Why don't these people, we know, regardless of he did the Ukraine, we know Biden's guilty as hell of it. Come on, man. So what are we're going to go after the guy that's investigating, or go after the guy that's really guilty? People hate Biden, too. You see that in the numbers. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, no. Oh, you're kidding me.
It's a gay dude. Buttigieg.
Jesus.
Good God, man.
I mean,
I hope they nominate him. He's going to get killed.
Oh,
I hope they nominate him.
No, I mean, men aren't going to vote for him.
No.
Women aren't going to vote for him. I mean, women want a man. They don't want some. Yeah.
Black people aren't going to vote for him. They don't get down with him.
Latinos wouldn't do it. Blacks won't vote for him. I mean, that would be the biggest landslide in history.
Oh yeah, that would be Reagan, Carter all over again.
Big time. Times 10.
Yeah.
Times 10. It'd be nuts.
Yeah, we got this. Life is good with him.
All right. Amen. God bless you guys. Yeah, I know. To me, it's like lock her up wasn't a campaign slogan. We got to see somebody in jail.
Now, there's some low-level people in jail or getting indicted, but where's the big people?
Thank you. You know, there's this old Spanish proverb. It says, the spider web catches the flies, but never the hawks.
That's true. Think about that.
And what discourages me, I've asked a lot of people in law enforcement that you know.
I didn't say this. I didn't hear what they said.
He looked back and said, Jesus. I said, keep walking.
Yeah.
If you got nothing good to say, just keep walking.
Yeah. But, you know, I've talked to people in law enforcement that say, you know, I ask them, are we ever going to see that? And they say no.
No, you're not. She's above the law.
And what I'm thinking, my next question to them then is, okay, there's enough anger out here. If we do not see it, and there's an uprising, what are you going to do about it?
Correct. Correct.
Let me tell you
Correct.
something. It's called the 3%. Only 3% of Americans will really stand up with not being in the military and fight.
And
throw
look at
lead
me.
downrange.
Look at me. I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think there's more of that. I think there's more of them now. I think there's a percentage now is higher than 3%.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I asked the when I talked to military out here, I say, are you going to go ahead and if we march on Washington, if we had an armed march on Washington, what would you do? Stop you? Would join you? I've asked cops out
What would
here.
they do?
They wouldn't stop us. They'd join us.
Yeah.
So I asked the cops, I've asked everybody, I says, what's going to happen if we rise up and they order you to come against us, what are you going to do?
Lawfully, because we're
Yes,
lawfully.
we got the right to do it.
Constitution, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I identified as a male a while ago because I had to pee real bad. The line wasn't very long. That's a true story.
You know what I said?
Yeah,
Now,
listen.
I'm holding her purse. I'm in the urinal. She's in the stall. And these young guys, 20, 30-year-olds are they're like, oh my God, there's a female. I'm like, it's Obama's America. Y'all asked for it.
He sure did.
Out of Houston.
Houston, what do you do there?
I do international trade compliance for a nylon manufacturer.
How's business?
Very busy.
Good.
Very busy. Very,
Did the tariffs affect you at all? Or?
a little bit. We dodged a bullet. Other companies were affected more with the super tariffs.
Okay. Good.
I felt the CEO comes to me to get his latest scoop on what's going on. It's really nice.
Cool.
Thanks to Trump.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's the best thing for international trade. Most people didn't understand free trade agreements and stuff until Trump. It's really good.
Yeah, I think he's woken up a lot of people to a lot of different things. I mean,
Truths and standing up to the liberal lies and the media slander and media cover-ups
and how they expose themselves.
It's great. Yeah, it just irritates me how hypocrisy doesn't stick on them. It's because the liberal media doesn't hold them accountable. They're really not an independent news media.
Yeah. Plus, the deep state runs deep, and there are a lot of crooks that have infiltrated the entire program, our government and our industries, and they're deathly afraid of being exposed.
It starts with Biden, because that's an obvious one.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, and also, if you haven't, read Schweitzer's Secret Empires.
I haven't read it.
Yeah. And it basically goes into the whole princeling thing, how the politicians make money through their children or through their associates.
I've heard the reviews, yes.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Well, that's the Biden-Hunter thing.
Yes.
Totally.
Exactly.
So, when they get caught, do you think they're investigating it? Do you think they'll be exposed?
That's the big question, because I've asked a lot of people I've talked to FBI agents and inspector generals out here, people that work for the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
And my first question is, are we ever going to see that?
Yeah.
And overwhelmingly, they say no. They said it's going to take a revolution. They really, most of them don't have faith in Barr.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I do.
Barr is still the only one that thinks Epstein, or he says, committed suicide. He keeps on, Barr's father introduced Epstein to Dalton, where he started his pedophile blackmailing
Barr
ring.
part of the deep state?
I'm suspecting he is.
That would be really disappointing. What about Durham?
Durham helped cover up the CIA torture. See, that's how deep it runs. And look, has Ray done anything? He's thank you. He has 152 questionable shootings by the FBI. All 152 of them justified. I mean, Ruby Ridge. Barr was AG Attorney General during Ruby Ridge.
Wasn't Janet Reno?
No, Ruby Ridge was Barr.
Ruby Ridge was before Waco, right?
Yeah, Waco was Reno. So we're looking at a huge, a horrible deep state. And that's why when I asked them, law enforcement, what's going to take, they say it's going to take a revolution.
Okay, count me in.
Where are you guys from?
Washington State.
Really? What do you do? What part of the state?
Western Washington.
Right, because Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. Well, we live just outside of Seattle.
Yeah. Speaking to people, I spoke to a lot of people from San Francisco today, and they're going to California. One lady's kid was so happy she's getting out.
Yeah. Seattle is so gross.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And the liberals, it's like, and the funny thing is, we never really talked politics before his election, but almost every one of our friends is a Trump supporter. Almost every one. But we do have a couple that are Democrats, liberals, and they are just like halfway through his term, they were like, so, are you still glad you voted for Trump? And we're like, yep. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, the guy's a dork, but I don't care. Look what he's doing for the country. I don't want to be married to the guy. I don't want him to be my dad, but shit, he's doing a great job.
226,000 jobs in January.
Yeah.
Exceeding expectation. What are you bitching about? Are you afraid you might have to get a job? It's unbelievable.
I know.
Well, here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. It is good for any crime in the world.
Thank you. Take care.
How you doing, sir? Where are you from?
America.
Good answer.
Notice I didn't say the United States.
Well,
There's a difference. You should know that with your art. I like it. It's funny.
thank you.
It's kind of true. It's a bit sarcastic, but you know what? We gotta hit them with sarcasm.
Well, that's how you do it.
If you don't, they're just gonna walk all over you.
Thank you. Yeah, but art and sarcasm or humor has always been the vanguard, the spear that gets them, because they really have no defense to that. That's why they're trying to stop memes. They can't, because the computers don't know how. Computers don't understand humor. So when they're shutting things in the computer,
Trust me, I've been going back and forth with PayPal for about 3 months, and you get locked in their algorithm. You're not going to get out.
Yeah.
My opinion on that, I don't want to get in too deep. The beast of the Antichrist is artificial intelligence.
yes,
With AI.
Yes.
It runs everything.
yes.
Everything.
You see this right here, of course. And then there's this book I just finished reading here by Parsa, this gentleman. And this gets really deep into that whole genre of how these will actually, the internet, how it connects directly into our computers, via Wi-Fi. When they start doing the 5G and 6G, it's going to home into our human brain frequency.
Well, back in the 90s, back in the late 90s, I read where they were growing computers out of human brains, out of brain cells.
Yeah.
I read, that was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Elon Musk,
Yes.
the most pitiful, dangerous man in the world. Okay, as well as Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
Okay, Bezos, not Musk. Bezos has said he's now going to connect computers and the human brain. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With all my flaws, I love my humanity.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I know. They just want to. That's the whole game, though. You brought it up.
But, you know,
it's about getting rid of our humanity.
It's a narcissistic society, very psychopathic.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 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 And yes.
And they want perfection.
Yes.
And there's
no such thing.
No room for dissent. There's no room for making mistakes.
Right.
You know, if you do, they're non-forgiving.
Yes.
Judgmental. It's all around society.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. I know. I know. We fight it. We fight it. We fight it.
You know, I remember, you're my age. I don't know what your age is, but I was a kid back in the late 60s. I want to say 68, 69. You know? Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of propaganda. They were pushing for abortion. And there was a lot of propaganda that they would post on billboards and telephone poles and all that. And it all had to do with coat hangers and alleys and pictures of dead fetuses and all that stuff. But look what they've done.
Turned it into a death industry.
It's an institution. It's been institutionalized. You know? But in what part of the First and Fifth Amendment don't you understand? You know? That's not, even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that Roe v. Wade was a very poor decision. It was a poorly crafted decision, you know. And they teeter like this, and they know it, because once they have to hit you by emotion, because if they hit you by the law, the Constitution, the law, they fail. They fail.
Yeah.
But they got everybody hoodwinked, you know, with their propaganda.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but a lot of people.
What Trump said during his State of the Union speech during the other night.
I didn't hear that, but
you got to catch it about, because he introduced that woman that had a baby that was saved at 21 weeks premature. And he highlighted, he says, I'm going to put forth a ban on late-term abortion. So that's a big brick in the wall right there to start, because all he needs is one more Supreme Court justice and Roe v. Wade's gone.
Yeah. Anyway, that first debate that he did 4 years ago, I don't know if you remember it. When they asked him about abortion and what he thought about it, he got very calm and he put his hands down on the podium. And he was saying something he was saying about, I can't quote his words now, but he knew a person who they had discussed the element of abortion with some years back.
It's what flipped him.
Thank God they didn't go through it, because that girl is a superstar. He was talking about Ivanka and Ivana. It's a personal thing for him.
Yeah, that's what flipped him. That's what turned him around.
Because he's used those same words later to describe his daughter.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And that's it. I mean, how do you... Anyway, I was walking up here and I'm thinking Democrat Party. Abortion and gun control, if they can control, I'll push both of those through.
That ain't going to happen.
We've got nothing. Because if you don't have the right to life, you've got nothing.
The tide is turning.
And the right to defend yourself.
Yeah, the tide is turning. People are waking up.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, they are. Big time.
Out with the old and with the new.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the pendulum swings both ways.
Yeah. And they've exposed themselves.
They make up all of the Russian collusion and all that other stuff. But it was them who were colluding with the Russians, it's typical narcissism.
Thank you.
Projection. I project everything
Thank you.
onto you.
You're right.
Make you understand. I've got the louder speakers, so people are going to hear me. They're going to hear you defend yourself.
Yeah. God bless you, sir. Here. This is a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton.
All right.
Good for any crime in the world.
I'll get out of jail. Okay. There's a Hillary. Yeah, there you go. I'll pass that out.
Pleasure talking to you, sir.
Hey, babe.
Hey, darling. How was that? I like the college kids at the beginning, you know. Like all of it. I like a lot of it. A lot of good people out there. That's probably what makes me drag my lazy old ass out there. Is, I don't know. Kind of be lost without it. Thanks for kind of stopping by, folks. You know what to do. Hit all the right buttons. If you like it, you like it. If you care, share. If you can contribute. And then you pray for me. God bless you. I'll see you on the streets.